Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Bobby Dimas, and you are welcome to the Not Your Normal podcast. This is the first episode on Not Your Normal podcast, and I just want to take another opportunity on this first episode to just do a proper introduction about the podcast and about myself.
Welcome to the Not Your Normal podcast.
Welcome back, and if you were still with us, I just want to say my name is Bobby Dimas once again, and the name of the podcast is Not Your Normal. Listen, why the name Not Your Normal? I'm just gonna be straightforward and honest with you. The idea of the podcast was to be able to build a creative platform, or a place where we creatives could come, could discuss, could talk about things, could get to educate each other on different things, and just to be able to grow from whatever it is that we're going through, whether issues, the trends, and every other thing that happens in the creative industry, guys. And that's what we are targeting on doing on the Not Your Normal podcast. Now, the idea or the name Not Your Normal came about, I'll be very honest, it's a bit weird, but I had about 7 names written down for this podcast, and I'm not gonna lie. In those 7 names, I was finding it difficult to even decide which name was going to fit the right way or the right name for this podcast that would represent what I was trying to do. And I thought of it this way: among those 7 names, Not Your Normal was there, but I didn't see a reason to use Not Your Normal because it was just a name that was coined out of nothing, and then I got to sit down and I had to do some analysis, and I realized, look, the name Not Your Normal was not just anything. The name, when you put one or two together, you get to realize that as a creative, you're supposed to think outside the box. Even not as a creative, like every day in life and what you're doing, when you face issues, you have to think outside the box. You have to come up with ideas that will help suit the situation or, solve the problem. And I think that's one of the things creatives tend to do in their everyday living, solving problems, tackling things. I mean, that's something we're looking at. As much as we're trying to create things, at the same time, yes, we are also thinking outside the box to also create those things. And in regards to that, being able to think outside the box, is being able to do the abnormal. And so looking at it, I said, okay, yeah, Not Your Normal fits it perfectly. It fits what creatives will do on a regular day, which is think outside the box. So that is why the name Not Your Normal has been chosen to be the name of this podcast. I won't even lie, some of the names that were supposed to be for this podcast are so weird, I can't even say them here. But I'm so glad that I finally got to pick after so many front and back with friends, with people, just to get opinions and all of that. And finally, Not Your Normal was, picked, kind of a couple of people did pick Not Your Normal. And I was like, now that I think of it, I think it fits it perfectly. So yeah, we're going to go with that. The podcast is something I've been wanting to do since beginning of the year. I'm not gonna lie. Since beginning of the year, I'm planning to do this podcast. And one of the things that even prompted me to want to do this podcast was the fact that I started posting a couple of videos on Instagram, and they were more like tutorial videos, just educative posts, trying to engage with people, brands, and all of that. And while doing that, I wasn't putting that on YouTube. I was only putting those versions on Instagram. I was making them just 1 minute, and I wanted to make them longer in the same way. And then, as much as I'm going to just post the 1 minute, I'm going to then refer people to go on YouTube to watch the full video. But I had to put a halt on everything because there were just things that I wanted to, work with all of that. And those things were not yet working, up to speed to meet up with what I was trying to do then. And so I said, you know what, it's gonna be on hold for now. And that's why I stopped posting videos on Instagram, and I focused on just making social media posts. By the way, my personal Instagram name left below, there's a link below, and then a link to all my contents that I post in regards to creative design, whatever it is. Also, I'll leave that below for you to follow and see some of the things that I post. You can also visit my website to see some interesting contents too that I have on the website. We are doing our best, working so hard to try and make sure the website is much more engaging for each and everyone. And by that I mean that there will also be free resources on the website for people to download and use for their own personal use or whatever it is you want to use it for. That's just my way of giving back. That is just my way of giving back. And I feel the only way you can become better at something, or the only way you grow, is when you lift others. So you only rise by lifting others, right? So that is my way of giving back. That's my way, because I have people messaging me sometimes that they want to learn something, they want to know about this, and sometimes I find myself so busy, or I find myself with so much priorities that I'm not able to like create time to do that. And so I'm like, if I can create time to do this, why not use this platform also to help educate people, and then put up a couple of things on my website that people can easily go and access and be able to use it to be able to develop themselves in different ways, or whatever it is that they want to use it for. So yeah, the website will also have free resources for anybody. You can visit it anytime. It's always open, although it's still on the part of the free resources is still under some couple of work. We're still trying to put a couple of things up there. But the website is functional. Everything is running smooth on the website right now. I'm other than leaving my links below, I'm just going to quickly talk about my brand. I've been doing that. The name Short Black is the name of my brand. It's kind of a weird name. Some people would think that, but I don't know why you would think that, because it's typically just short and black, like short and black, except you do not spell it the regular way you spell it. Why I chose that name is because basically it was just a name that was given to me as a, what would I call it? It was just a name. It was a nickname, man. It was a nickname, and my friends gave me that name, and then I was like, I wasn't bothered about the name because I just thought it was just a name. And I was trying to come up with a name at that time because I was doing graphic designs, and I was trying to come up with a name to, brand myself and all of that. But I couldn't, because I didn't want to use my personal name. Yeah. So in the midst of trying to do that, and then I ended up designing the first Short Black logo. And with that, it looked nice. Like, I just used the name Short Black, and it did look nice. And I was like, oh, cool, this looks really good. And I was like, okay, Short Black is the name, and it has stuck with me. Sometimes you think the name is stupid, and then you want to change it, but a lot of people already know the name, and I'm like, there's no point changing it. Just leave it the way it is and move with it. And that's how it has been. The Not Your Normal podcast, we are planning to release episodes every Friday, weekly. We're from now to the end of the year, which we're looking at 20 episodes, 18 to 20 episodes, and we are already having topics planned out for each episode. But there's a little issue. It's not really an issue, actually. It's actually a good idea. It's something really good, and what that is basically the fact that when I started posting about the podcast, I received a lot of feedback about people who want to be on the episode. And if I haven't said it before, you can be on an episode of this podcast. The idea is for you to be on an episode, and you do not have to meet me personally to be on an episode. We could have a phone talk, and we would do the episode via Zoom call, because that's what all the episodes are gonna be doing. That's what we're gonna do on all the episodes. We're not meeting with anybody physically. Let's remember that COVID is still existing, and I'm not trying to put myself in harm's way right now, but with everything that is going on, we just want to stay safe. We don't want to inconvenience anyone. Besides that, we have a lot of people from different parts of the country, so I can't tell you to start traveling all the way here just because of a podcast, when we can easily just do this over Zoom call and all. So that is one thing that I have thought of, and I was like, it's going to be on Zoom. So in regards to the futures, we've had a lot of people hit me up concerning futures, and I'm just gonna be honest, man. We're looking at more than 18 to 20 episodes if things go well. If things go well, we're looking at more than 18 to 20 episodes because the amount of people that have hit me up in regards to this podcast is, I mean, at some point we might have more than one episode in a week, but you never know. You never know. I mean, we never know what the future holds, right? So we hope for the best. I hope for the best. Honestly, I want to do my best to make sure that this goes well. I want to do my best to make sure that we're able to meet the milestone of uploading 18 to 20 episodes by the end of the year. We have 18 to 20 episodes, and just to engage everyone with giveaways that will come once in a while. The video version of this podcast, if you're watching this on YouTube, will have exclusive footages compared to the audio. So if you're listening to this on the normal audio podcast, either on Apple Podcast or Anchor or wherever, Spotify, or whatever it is you're listening to this on, know that there will be giveaways via this place also, but there might be some exclusive footages that you will have to go to YouTube to watch. I'm gonna cut it out so you probably wouldn't know. So yeah, you might as well just subscribe to the YouTube channel. The link will be left below. Guys, I just want to say thank you for the support, man. I just want to say thank you. A couple of people have been hitting me up in regards to this just to show support, man. And I just want to say thank you, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna benefit from this. We're all just gonna grow from this, and that's the idea of this. So I look forward to seeing each and everyone on this podcast series, and I look forward to growing with each and every one of you. And yeah, that would be it. So looking at things, I'm going to round off this episode here, and we're going to wait to see what episode 2 has. Episode 2, I think we already have a future for that episode, so we already have someone coming up on the episode, but we'll see how things go. I would let you know. No rush, no spoilers. I'm not giving away any spoilers. But listen, the fastest way to get on this podcast series is if you can contact me on my Short Black page. Like I said, the links left below. Please don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe. I mean, everything, man, everything. Lastly, the podcast is available on so many platforms. That is something that has actually given me the vibe to actually push forward on this and say, what, August, we're doing this. Because the first trailer episode I released, just to highlight the podcast coming out, we already have released on about 7 platforms. About 7 platforms already are carrying that trailer episode. So that alone, so much hype. I am excited about this. So yeah, this being my first episode, I want to say thank you to each and everyone listening. If you're new to this, please subscribe, leave a comment, whatever it is that you feel like you want to hear on this podcast. If you even want to be featured, feel free to leave a message. I'll be sure to reply the message. And yeah, guys, thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon in the next episode.